So the biggest takeaway that I can say is that initially when we went into this, we're saying, how do we get this done? How do we test early childhood through 8th grade students? Logistically, it was going to be too hard. So we just said to ourselves is that, wait a second here. We started doing it. We can test 140 students, 3 and 4-year-olds coming up and saying, I'm done with my test, I'm done with my test. And literally getting it done in 2 minutes. So what that tells us we need to focus on, not we can't do it, but a not yet. Because we found out that it's easy to implement, that there's quick turnaround. And more importantly, is that the tests really prove out asymptomatic cases before people are contagious. And that's the crucial part about this, is catching the asymptomatic and stopping the spread in school.
As we started, it was a pretty significant logistical challenge, and it really only took us testing all students about 3 times for us to get good at this and for this to become just another normal part of the school day. We were purposeful on the front end to allow for a longer period of time to cycle our students through the testing site. But after, as I said, after the 3rd time, it was kind of old hat, and our kids were coming down ready to go, and they're in and out of that space in under 5 minutes.
One of the biggest things that we did to be able to confidently get our kids back full days as we entered in the last portion of our school year, it took a little bit of getting used to for the kids as far as the doing the testing, but once they hit their stride, it was a very easy test to complete. The staff has been very helpful in kind of resolving any issues that may have popped up at the beginning. And really, we got into just a great stride with our process. And so as our testing results would come back in and our contact tracing would begin, it really just helped just really approach things much more confidently in keeping our kids in school.
We have been interfacing with SHIELD personnel since August. As I mentioned, we didn't partner until after the first of the year here, but every step of the way, the SHIELD people, the people behind the program have been unbelievable. They have reached out, they've been communicative, they've been responsive, and really helpful in us understanding where SHIELD does and does not fit into our plans, our mitigation protocols, and the people have been absolutely top-notch.
For all of our students and staff, actually, prior to having the saliva test, we had to wait 3 to 4 days for our COVID results. Therefore, kids were learning from home when they could have been in school receiving direct instruction. And so we're thankful as a district overall, because the results are usually in the same night that the sample is taken, if not within 24 hours. And so our students are getting back, our teachers are getting back to learning, and we're just ecstatic about that. So we're very thankful for the opportunity to implement the University of Illinois SHIELD COVID tests.
When we were planning in January to bring students and staff back for in-person learning, we knew that we would be relying on multiple layers of robust mitigations to reduce transmission of COVID-19 and to give students and staff confidence that they could be back in school. SHIELD testing was the last layer of mitigation that we implemented before students and staff returned in February. We didn't know then what the incidence count would be in the spring, but looking back, it was thanks to our mitigations that we had a successful return to school, and SHIELD testing allowed us to know those mitigations were working.
We hope that SHIELD testing as an option to things like extended quarantine will prove to keep continuity of school within District 101 strong.
I think what it has brought us, on a technical side, is a very clear picture of COVID within our facilities. It's allowed us to, eliminate the ability for, a confirmed positive COVID case to become 2 or 3 or 4 or more cases. But it's also provided a level of comfort and, assurance that all of the mitigations that we've put in place to bring our students back to full in-person learning are working.